appreciate art. And since this isn't your first shave, we wouldn't dream of telling you that our razors are designed to go with and against the grain. You already know that, so we'll show you how to negotiate. And since this isn't your first shave, we'd never in a million years have to tell you to rinse with cold water to refresh your face. Not a chance. Instead, we'll show you how to accept an award. And we're definitely not going to end this video with a girl admiring our guy's smooth shave. No way. But we will show you this beautiful woman, just for the heck of it. This isn't your first how to shave video, or your first razor, but they're both likely your first real ones. This probably isn't your first shave. You already have your first razor. You know how to shave. So we won't waste your time telling you to wash with warm water before putting on a generous layer of shave gel. Instead, we'll show you how to do other things, like how to appreciate art. And since this isn't your first shave, we wouldn't dream of telling you that our razors are designed to go with and against the grain. You already know this that. Probably isn't your first shave. You already have your first razor. You know how to shave. And since this isn't your first shave, waste your time telling you to wash with warm water have to tell you putting on a generous layer to refresh your face. Instead, we'll show you how to do other things. We'll show you how to appreciate art. And since this isn't your first shave, not going to end this video with a girl admiring our guy's smooth shave and against the grain. You already know. But this probably isn't your first shave. You already have your first razor. This isn't your first how to shave. And since this isn't your first, waste your time telling you to wash with warm water to tell you putting on a generous layer to refresh your face. Instead, we'll show you how to do other things. We'll show you how to appreciate art. And since this isn't your first shave, not going to end this video with a girl admiring our guy's smooth shave against the grain. You already know. But this probably isn't your first shave. You already have your first razor. This isn't your first how to shave.
Hello and very good evening to all our viewers. You're watching www.ThePapare.com, and once again here at the CRFC grounds, it is almost the action replay of last year's plate finals between these two teams. St. Anthony's, the Eagles from Hill Country, and also the Wesley Double Blues. Both teams have been unbeaten in round 2. So we are expecting once again a thrill out here. Of course, Wesley won 19-16 last year in Kandy. And we'll see how it goes. Here, I got the team cards with me to start off with. First off with St. Anthony's, CARA ones, Hooker Dasanayaka and Dyers, Dulchan and Fazli at the lock combination. Veerasekar wearing number 5 jersey. Veerakon and Newman Dilan, the captain, at number 8. And starting fly up, Hetiarachi and the wing 3/4 JG Naveen, and 2 centers Jaitis and Vijay Vardhana. They're all wearing different jersey numbers today. And of course Amar Singh and Madhuanka at the fullback. And to go through the proceedings with the Wesley team cards, I got Sabah, the little prop forward, and the hooker Hamidon, and the tight head Vimukti, 2 locks Pereira and WAM Pereira, and the third rows Thiriman, Afonso and Fernando. Scrum off would be Avishka Lee and MM Subair in the right wing. Ranavir and Gunatilaka, the 2 centers. Avanta as the left wing, and Umar Kutubuddin, the fullback, the captain. So that is the team cards, and we are expecting a good battle out here. And the weather looks really favorable, unlike last few days. It was pouring down in the plate match yesterday against Zaira versus Thurston. But thank God the weather looks nice and the ground looks soft. And we are all set for the kickoff as the both teams right now. Wesley to the kickoff from your screens from left to right. And today's referee Irshad Kader. There goes a kickoff, and Samaratunga the winner. It's a very lovely kick. Equally well collected by the Eagles, number 8. Referee Kader says a penalty coming from sideways. The culprit was WGD Vimukti. And there she goes with a lovely kick into touch. So the visitors here into the opposite half for the first time. It's a crucial line out. Dinka Perry is the assistant referee here. And it's a testing time. The throw. That's number 16, Dasanayaka. Wesley steal the line out. Kader says they're not closing the gap, in fact, by St. Anthony's, and there you go. Wesley winning a free kick from here. Will it be a tap and run, or will it be a scrum? Looks like a scrum. Good call. It's good testing time for the forwards. I think perhaps St. Anthony's forwards are a little bit heavier than Wesley, although Wesley forwards are a little bit mobile. Anyway, this is the first scrum, and we'll see how it goes. The old bar pavilion is really packed here at the CRFC grounds. Avishka Lee, the scrum is not steady, says referee Kader. We had a few issues during the season, especially in the plate segment and also in the cup segment. Apart from few schools doing their scrums perfectly, the likes of Royal and Science College, also St. Peter's. Looks nice and steady and square this time. Lee to fit in. There goes number 8, Fernando breaks. The ball comes out. A little too slow on that occasion. But Wesley still inside the 50-meter mark. Avishka Lee with a lovely box kick. Has he overcooked it? No, it was well taken by the winger. And he sends it to his fullback player with a lovely kick, but it's not found touch. Lee covered nicely and Samarthunga, the winger, there he goes. He has some gas. He steps one, he steps two, defends off nicely, and here goes Samarthunga. That's a good tackle coming from St. Anthony's scrum half. Bang on a tackle. Is it too late? No, says referee. Wesley still with the ball in position. There goes the line for the first time. It's a brilliant break. Space out wide. Wesley moving on. Avishka Lee feeding the prop forward. Sets up nicely. Not many players coming and involving in the ruck here. Wesley 5 meters away. Pick and run. Still managed to hold on to the ball. Sending out wide now. Lee to the center. The brother Lee. Kutubuddin with the ball. Very good defense by St. Anthony's. They're not showing any hope. Almost an interception. And Wesley lost the ball, but referee Kadir says it was initially knocked on by Wesley's Pereira. The lock forward. Good passage of play by Wesley. Came from their own 50-meter mark. And a credit to Lee with a lovely box kick to start off. But in vain they are giving position away. Good piece of defense by St. Anthony's. Looks like Wesley going high on that scrum. That was clearly shown by referee Rishad Kadir. The front row forwards lifting a little bit high, which is not legitimate enough. And once again to come out of red zone for the Saints. And their fullback RSA Madhuanka with a lovely pitch of a kick. It was Supun Madhuanka says Inshaf. Some good meters gained with that kick. I'd say 35 to 40 meter. Dasanayaka to throw in. Taken neatly. Wesley putting some pressure. Scrum of Hettiarachi sends out nicely. Wesley countering really well. Looks like a turnover. Says yes. Holding on the ball. That was number 19 Hettiarachi's scrum off. He was isolated. He was not getting enough support from his forwards where the support is needed, but holding on. So could have been going into the post. Good call. Testing time for Samarthunga. Samarthunga, of course, have shown some great sparks so far with his powerful running. He was almost through, fended 3 people. And he finally got a lovely tap tackle. We'll see whether Wesley can put some early points on the board. It looks like a 40-meter kick with the angle. And that is not a good kick. So 22 dropout time for the Eagles. Sajid Madhuwanka to take the 2 meter dropout. That's a flat kick. Lee made a fumble. Avishka Lee made a fumble as he knocks on. So once again, the body language of both teams says doesn't speak much of intensity coming out here. Looking enthusiasm. Maybe they have thought about too much of this plate finale. We'll see how it goes. Hetiarachi to feed in. Lee stolen the line out, but it was not feed in properly by opposite number. Scrum of Hetiarachi. Now Wesley, in fact, they won the very first scrum. They stole a scrum. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Looks steady. Looks like they secured the ball. Hetiarachi sends it to fly off. There comes the captain with a big hit. That's a line offside. It was number 7 this time. YD Pereira. Once again, trying to come few territorial to gain some few territorial kick for the St. Anthony's. Looks good by Sajid Madhuwanka. Very good line out this time by St. Anthony's, but Anthony's winning a penalty. Coming out of the gate, it looks like. Will Anthony's go for the touch or will they try the post? Looks like they are going for the touch. And this will put Wesley College under tremendous pressure. The very first time St. Anthony is coming into opposite 22 meter. And we'll see how it goes from here. Anthony's had some decent lineouts. The last two was good. PB Dasanayaka with the throw it. Very nicely taken and very nicely offloaded, but the ball goes as Lee takes it. He should have kicked it, but Wesley under pressure. That's a lovely pass. There goes, but referee calls back to play. There was a knock-on, says Irshad Kader. I think the knock-on was when hooker Dasanayaka trying to pop us to his support player Fazli. And from his contact he lost the ball position. So it will once again test the Wesley eyes definitely, because it's a 5 meter scrum. Nicely taken by number 8, that's Fernando. A very nice box kick by Lee. Equally well collected. And there goes Anthony's. There comes the dancing footwork by number 23. That is Madhuanka, the kicker. But he was taken down. Once again, scrum half Lee going for the box kick, but it comes from Sir Anthony's flanker. He did not execute that kick properly. So more pressure for the double blues. Dasanayaka with the throw in, taken nicely, scrum off, sends it to fly up, fumbles. Referee says knocks backs, I think, but now another knock on. Turnover ball, Wesley, there goes Lee to Samartunga, the spritzer. Samartunga goes, very good defense by the Eagles, but his offload found by Wesley, other support player. Wesley almost coming 40 meters into the opposite half, and the Eagles playing, infringing that rock. As a result, Wesley winning another penalty. This will surely be put into touch, I think. So the instructions were clear to put the ball into touch. Just inside the 22-meter line. Really interesting time. Will Wesley shove? Or will they send the ball to the line first? But they have to win the line out. But that looks a very lethargic line out. Both teams didn't really want to win the ball, it looks like. Although the Eagles did not contest, but Wesley should show a little more enthusiasm on that line out. They are in a scoring position, don't forget. Good break this time by the number 8. Lee sends it to fly half. Dore sends a lovely pass. Now Wesley going inch by inch. Almost there. Support coming. Lee once again a little pass. A lovely pass, almost to score. Has he scored? Looks like he has scored. The try scorer. Let me get the try scorer stay in, but that was some good play. They just did the basic play. They just play the basic rugby. Go for the hit. 1, 2 hits, 3 hits, and work the line. So when you go for it, you usually get some free space to attack in the line. So this time, Samaratunga, he missed the first penalty. It's a little bit difficult angle. Samaratunga comes and looks nice. And it is indeed. So when we go through the replay, the try scorer was the skipper Mark Kutubdin. And it is a brilliant conversion by Samaratunga, the winger, in a difficult situation. St. Anthony's with the restart. Lovely take. Fends off too, but it was a turnover by St. Anthony's. Look at the counter attack rather. Good offloads. Almost there. They came charging, win with ample time. Great steal by the lock forward, I must say. That was MFM Fazli. A short pass. Referee Kader says penalty. Is giving instruction for. Looks like coming sideways. Yes, it is. Looks interesting. St. Anthony's looks like they're going to tap and run. Now this is a really good decision because still it's early stage. It's a kickable penalty. Why don't you go for 3 points and come back to the opposite territory once again? Because always 3 points is better than nothing on the board. That is what Captain Newman Dillon have decided to go with the uprights. Just a 15 to 20 meter kick. And there goes a kick by Sajid Madhuanka. Lovely kick, 7 points to 3. We almost played 20 minutes, the very first quarter, but that was a courageous effort by the little winger. If he could have caught that ball in the air, no man to catch him, but he makes a knock on. But great effort by the winger, that was Ranavira actually. PhD Ranavira. Wesley collapsing the scrum, going off with the front rowers. There goes Captain Newman Dillon with the ball. There comes his big hit. Wesley, the good pressure on the scrum half. And Wesley winning a penalty. Once again a kickable penalty for Samaratunga. That's a good hit by Captain Dillon, but he did not get the support on time. 21 minutes played, and it's 7 points to 3 in favor of the Double Blues here at the CRNFC grounds, and this is the plate final. Both teams have been unbeaten in the second round of this segment, and of course defending plate champions Wesley also taking the defending runners-up St. Anthony's. Last year it was a thriller. Wesley scored in the final dying stage to win 19-16. Samaratunga looking at the ball and the uprights. Looks good. Lovely timing in that ball, but it's not good, says the assistant referees. It is just going wide of the right uprights. So the score remains 7 points to 3. That's a 22 dropout. Collectors nicely by number 15. Looks like Captain Kutubuddin wearing a scrum cap, and he is not used to it. But Wesley giving away position once again. Sajid Madhuvanka once again to take the kick. He has some good foot as he put that kick into touch. So not a really action-packed game so far, and also the intensity level is not that high here. I would say it's just a medium, lower medium level, but these two teams can really come strong. Wesley had some positions. The line out was not, says referee once again. Newman Dylan as a jumper closing the gap, and Wesley winning a free kick again. Wesley with a quick tap. Good support. Lee with a box kick. That's a brilliant kick as he saw some space at the back. That looks like not a good kick. But it falls in favor as the Wesley center Rana Veera knocks it on. Another distinct scrum time. So Wesley winning another penalty, and that's a peach of a kick, but it was falling inside the St. Anthony's half. There goes the number 1 prop forward. He's fast, he's mobile, but good defense coming by the opposite team. Dore sends out wide. What a good defense coming like a express train from Kandy all the way. Avishka Lee once again with the box kick. Has he overcooked it? No, he's having a good day with his kick so far. That's another beautiful kick by the fullback, Sajid Madhuvanka. What a play. What a kick Almost 60 meters. And quick throw taken. Referee says play on. Samarduga sends out wide to center Lee. Avishka Lee and Avantha Lee. Collected by Madhwanka. Good defense. He was isolated. No support. He should have kicked that in fact. Referee says play on. Trying to show a dummy by Wesley. Oh, the pass hits referee Carter as he stops the game, and referee going to have a scrum in favor of them. Like you can see on your screens now, look at the body language. Looks like they don't want to take a scrum. 7 points to 3 in favor of Wesley College, but both teams have to show some curiosity. As this is said to be a perfect weather condition. You can't ask a better condition. The sun is hiding and the wind is blowing from right to left in your screen. Good scrum. Lee sends it to Dore. Dore with a bang tackle. Good defense by St. Anthony's. And that's a knock on. That is a monumental hit on Dore. He was well marked. Looks like concussed. Both the scrum half and Dore. Maybe they played a little too closer. We hope he will recover fast, and Wesley will have the playmakers so far, the scrum of Lee. And don't forget the FA Cup semi-finals will be bringing live action tomorrow. And ThePapare.com, the official web partners for that. Stay tuned if you are a football fanatic. And also the ThePapare, you can watch all the photographs on ThePapare.com. Log on to ThePapare.com and you can select the ThePapare on your right of the screen. You can witness all the video, all the pictures of the juniors. And of course the big day tomorrow, the big clash, Royal College versus Isipatana College at the Royal Complex. That is the decider, of course. You can log into www.thepapare.com and also view the preview, in fact. But we were not able to bring you the live coverage. But that will be a real exciting clash, without a doubt. So looks fit. Both the scrum halves and the fly half Dore. So Anthony's good pressure coming from Wesley, showing on that scrum. They had the chance to counteract, but yes, referee says penalty, but they opted to pick and run, but referee says come to his mark. And looks like a probable 3 points coming here. We'll see what skipper Kutubuddin will ask for. And yes, without a doubt, in fact, they are going to touch. I'm not really impressed with this decision, because that's a chance to put some 3 points on the board and keep a 1 goal margin. So we'll see if Wesley wins this line out. The first thing for them is to win the line out. They lost the previous line out. And once again the throw was not good enough. And there goes. This is the impact of taking a wrong decision. Instead they should have gone for 3-pointer, because it was just a 25-meter kick. And they gave away the possession here. Now interesting how they're going to contest this line out. St. Anthony's, they're not settled down still. They still have some great talents. Of course, they went to score a triple figure, 107 points against Thurston College, coming with high confidence. But there we go. Dasanayaka throwing out crooked. And Wesley, in fact, if the throw is not straight, it should be a Wesley scrum, but I think it was a Wesley throw which went not straight. Right, we are nearing the halfway mark. 6 minutes away for the half time. St. Anthony's defeated in the scrum. Wesley once again putting some pressure, but this time referee says it was an illegal drive by the Wesleyites, and a card coming here. That's number 17. The culprit here, Vimukti, the loose head. He was driving that scrum illegally. So, time for the Eagles to come out of a jails. What a good kicks this guy have been producing. Sajid Madhuwanka, the fullback, he's been brilliant so far. Every time St. Anthony's felt the pressure, and his kick totally took out of pressure. Good stuff. Good line out by St. Anthony's. That's Dasanayaka with the quick hit. There comes the bulky forward. They are playing with a man advantage. Veerasekara, the scrum half. Correction, Hettiarachchi, the scrum half. He needs to be a bit quicker in fading the balls. Now, the visitors going inch by inch. Very lovely play. Captain Newman Dillon with showing his strength. Supports come, but little slow this time. The ball needs to come a bit quicker. They are trying to give more time to Wesley defense to settle down. Once again, scrum of Hettiarachchi is slow on this occasion. Good counter ruck, but referee says playing a penalty advantage. In fact, they have some numbers out wide. Lovely handwork comes on. It was a holding on, but referee going for the initial infringement for not releasing by Wesley. I told you referee Kadir was playing advantage. Now St. Anthony's have the chance to make the deficit for just a 1 pointer. Also, do not miss all the actions and the movements. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram and Google+. Can catch all the highlights and the live actions. Sajid Madhuwanka, the fullback. He's been the man for me so far in the first half. His kicks, he's finding lovely touches when it was needed the most. And has he scored? Yes, he has scored both the penalties. So 7 points to 6. The margin for Wesley is just 1 point here at the CRNFC grounds. We are under 2-3 minutes away. Well collected by number 5, Veerasekara. Once again, it was sent it to Sajid Priyankar, the guy who kicked the penalties, taking a quick line out by Wesley, but referee says no. St. Anthony is showing some great calmness. They are not hurrying up. They are trying to settle down. Still, we couldn't see a line work from them. Still playing with their forwards. Sabah with the line out. Sorry, Amidon. Looks a flat line out. It's a quick throw to the opposite. To Zayan Sabah, who was a prop forward. Now there goes Wesley. Still playing with 14 men. As Vivukti, the prop, was out in the sin bin, but that was a great counter attack coming from the St. Anthony's. But they knocked it down, trying to offload quickly on the floor, but it was not good enough. Also, get your rugby updates on your mobile from TP Rugby. Just you have to register from your mobile. Type REG space TP Rugby and send it to 77100, as you can see on your screens, and get the latest updates, accurate updates from TP Rugby. Right, scrum time for St. Anthony's. Once again, good on the just between 40 meter and the 22 meter mark. Etiarachi the scrum off. Looks like Wesley have stolen the scrum. Yes, they have. But referee says it was not fed in properly. This is not the first time the scrum didn't go correctly. St. Anthony's, once again, the plan is very clear. Set up nicely. Use the forwards play, face by face. But referee Carter says, maybe, I'm sorry, I could not. Yeah, coming sideways in the ruck says. Fernando, number 8, coming from the side. Now this is an opportunity for St. Anthony's to put the lead just before the halftime. They're playing the basic rugby. Wesley had a similar opportunity. They did not go to the post. Instead, they went to the touch. So the kick unfortunately goes wide. So Wesley can relax and go into the halftime as the referee Carter blows for the halftime. Here at the CRNFC grounds, Wesley leading just only with a point. As you can see on your screen, it's 7 points to 6. Wesley scored 1 try and a conversion to St. Anthony's 2 penalties. Also, we are bringing you live coverage of the 3rd place clash, St. Joseph's versus Trinity College at the same venue here, CRNFC grounds. If St. Joseph's win, they have to wait till science results. because if Science wins, Science will go for the third place, and Trinity will finish fourth, and St. Joseph will finish fifth. If Trinity wins tomorrow, certainly they will be finishing the league on third spot. And also we are bringing the other live match, St. Peter's College taking on Science College at Bambalapitiya grounds. That will be another interesting battle. Don't forget to watch the live action on www.thepapare.com. Kickoff at 4:30 p.m. And the other match we are bringing you live, the battle between the Wooden Spoon, St. Thomas College, coming after a spectacular performance against St. Peter's, taking on the Kingswood College. And the Riza Rafaidin have been the one-man show for the Kings so far. Just scored 96 points in this season, just under 4 points to Trinity Saranga Gunatilaka. That will be a cracker too. So don't forget to watch the live actions tomorrow. And we are going to take a break here, and we'll be back in 5 to 6 minutes time. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the CRNFC grounds here. The plate finale between Wesley College, the defending plate champions, against St. Anthony's. Of course, the plate runners-up last year. And the story out here so far, Wesley leading just by a whisker, 7 to 6. A try and a conversion. And St. Anthony scoring 2 penalties for their 6 points, both coming from their fullback RSA Madhuanka. They're just waiting for the referees to come to the grounds. Things are set, and there goes the whistle, and it's a good kick. Collected nicely by Pereira. Avishkali sending it wide with the forwards. Once again, Avishkali with the box kick. He has been playing this in the first half, and that really works in favor of Wesleyites. Good game plan, but there goes Madhu Anka. Beautiful kick at the back, but it was called back by Samaratunga, the winger. And that's a lovely kick into touch by Samaratunga, who in fact called the mark. And if you're wondering to get a perfect shave, clean shave, we have Gillette Mark III's free shave in the match between Royal College at Isipatana College at the Royal College complex. The 10th shave of Gillette Mark III is much more comfortable than the disposable. So once again, the line out has been a real issue. The throw doesn't go straight this time by the hooker Dasanayaka.
He's wearing the jersey and play. So everyone is PhD and runner visa. He's the one who scored the 30. Sorry about it. Hello? You are given I got he's wearing number 14.
So 2 replacement coming for Wesley. That's number 17 and number 6 who's coming inside. Looks like Coach Terence wants to replace both the front rowers. Once again, a testing time. Lead a feed in the scrum. Number 8 fumbles, but it says knocked backwards by the referee Kader. Lee once again secured nicely. Dore with a cross kick, putting into the space, but lovely run by the fullback, but he was trying to get the ball from his foot. And then foot to the hands, but referee says play on. It was not a knock on. But this time referee playing advantage. Looks like a penalty advantage. Samaratunga in the wing. Turnover ball, but the first knock on by St. Anthony's. As a result, Wesley winning the scrum here. So we'll see how the new look front row is going to contest in this scrum. Wesley goes once again. Once again, another error. It's a knock on, but Wesley really capitalized with the fault of St. Anthony's. They are moving inch by inch now. St. Anthony's, of course, played the second quarter in the match really well. They came storming into the Wesley half and they won 2 penalties and they decided to go into the touch, which is a clever decision. Looks like a blood injury as the physios test the players. Things looks good now. Another scrum in favor of the Double Blues. Looks solid. Front rows, the replacement front rows does a good job. There goes Dore to Kutubuddin. Sends out wide. That's poor handling. That's really poor handling by Wesley three quarters, and it's a knock on. Luckily, once again they knocked it on. Yeah. In fact, referee Rishad Kadar was signaling the knock on for the Wesley, but it was a Wesley knock on. So the scrum should come in favor of the Eagles. Finally, he changes the decision in the right way. So 7-6 still. We are just 5 minutes play in the second half. Of course, Wesley and St. Anthony's secured the place in the top segment next year, along with DS Senanai College and most likely Dharmaraja to win against CWW tomorrow. And that's a penalty. That's not correct binding, says referee, going sideways by the front rowers. Wesley did once in the first half. As a result, the tight head Vimukti was sent out to sin bin. But now both teams playing a 15 each. Now this time taking a sensible decision by Samarathunga to go to the uprights. Unfortunately, it's not Samarathunga's day as the kick goes wide off the left uprights. Still, it's been an interesting battle, although there's not much intensity. There's not much enthusiasm. So 22 drop out. Priyanka. A very good deep kick collected by Samarathunga. Here comes Phil Steps and he puts up and under. Chaser coming. Dore was the chaser. In fact, Kutubuddin, the skipper, was the chaser. But a lovely kick by the full-back Madhuanka, Sajid Madhuanka. Madhuanka, he's been saving the Eagles with his kicks so far. He has had a very decent game. Hamidon with the throw, Lee with the pass, Dore, fly up, puts a little kick and gives the position away. There comes a big lock forward with a thundering hit. That's Veerasekara. Sets up nicely. There goes the Eagles line. Wesley defense will be tested. There goes Sajid Madhuankar. Sets up nicely. St. Anthony's coming strongly. Wesley trying to show a counter rocking, but giving away a penalty. It's been a kicking battle so far by both the teams. And also capture all your moment and own this moment of yours. Visit the hub, www.ThePapare.com. You can purchase all the pictures, photographs, and also the videos on your hub. So once again, a chance for the Eagles to take the lead for the first time from the foot of Sajid Madhuankar, who kicked 2 good penalties and missed 1. We'll see how it goes. And looks good, but it's wide once again. But that was a really bad decision making by Wesley. Why did not he keep the own try and come to the 22 meter, play some basic rugby? Instead he gave away position. Now this time Eagles coming strongly. And the knock on, says a referee, but he has stopped the game. And that is a pathetic decision making. So chance keep coming. St. Anthony is playing a calm and collective game so far. They are not panicking. They're trying to take all the chances. But it'll be interesting how Wesley going to counter this scrum. Both the front rowers, both the loose and the head and the tight head was replaced. The scrum doesn't look settled. It needs to be steady and secure. Nima Dylan, the captain, you can see on your screen wearing the number 8 jersey. Will he pick and run? First they need to secure the ball position. Veerasekara fades in. Looks good, and there goes Captain Dylan. Good take and go. Quick ball coming. Great defense by the center. Chamika Kusal. Once again with a short pass. Good defense coming by Wesleyites. Ball goes wide off the ruck. The last man defense. Looks like a turnover, but it's not. Still Eagles manage to hold on to the ball. Once again referee calling back play. So this time Wesley somehow winning the ball. Interesting, but Wesley White would have really come out of jail. Still inside the 22 meter, but that decision making when the penalty shoot did not go, he should have keep it safe on the touch line and come and get the 22 meter. Maybe his mind is not working on that time due to the pressure. But it's interesting. We'll see how it goes from this scrum. Avish Kali. Number 8 breaks. That's Fernando. The offensive play was a little bit high, but referee says play on. Lee with the box kick. And ball bounces. But Sajid, that's a lovely inside pass to the fullback. Eagles trying to work their line. Once again, a little too slow from that ruck. Hetiarachi, the scrum half, needs to send some quick balls. There goes the center. That's a lovely move, trying to get some space. Wesley defense will be tested in a big time. Here comes the forward spray, trying to hold up, but the ball comes loose. Referee says play on. Pick can run by the number 8. Hetiarachi sends out wide, and there goes the center, number 12. Wesley player, whether he don't know whether he's offside or onside. He's a tackle player. He could take the chance on the ball. There comes the Eagles trying to make a cross pass, but no need, says the Eagles. The try scorer with the ball in hand looks like number 15. That's number 15, Dilan Jayatissa, who made the try. Beautiful and sensible play showing by the Eagles. So for this try, no one to blame but to Wesley decision making early on, which caused them the problem. Now, for the first time, St. Anthony is leading this 11 points to 7 with the conversion to come. Sajid Madhwanka. Looks good. Fabulous stuff. You have been the man so far, Madhwanka. You are doing a great job with your boots. So 13 points to 7. Wesley need a converted try to bounce back now. We still have more than 20 minutes of play. Probably a little over 20 to 23 minutes. Sorry. Brilliant passage of play by Eagles. They are very calm, like I said before. They are waiting to get the position, turn over balls, and then play with their game plan. Hit, and get some space on the line. Go for the try. Looks like a concussion test being carried out by the doctor. That looks a pretty bad knock. Looks like he's really suffering and he needs to go out. Yes, he needs to go out, I think. Looks like he's trying to stay on the field, but it should be tested properly. Right, Wesley with the restart now. Good kick and well collection. Samaratunga gathers the ball, cutting the opposite side, looking for support. Once again losing momentum, giving away the ball position, but Kutubdin with the ball. Good offload. Referee still says play on. Knock on in favor of Wesley. Lovely take. Dore sends out, space out wide for Wesley now. Here they have numbers, 3 on 1. No one there. Inside pass. There goes the try. Lovely work finally from Wesley. And try time for the number 13. That is Avanta Lee, the brother of the scrum half. And Wesley hit back nicely to stay in the Sorry, I can't talk. My ears are totally blocked with the Wesley fans' noise as they shout Zam Zam Zake. Interesting stuff. Conversion to come. 12 points to 13. Interesting stuff. So the conversion is good by Samarathunga. And Wesley quickly change their gears and come back to the lead. 14 points to 13. Interesting match. This is turning around. And there goes once again the box kick, but put by Wesley, but it was a knock on by the Eagles, number 15, I think. So we can see a replacement of a jersey for the St. Anthony's hooker. Sorry, that's a tight hit. It is Dias. I think he's now playing. Yes, that's so jersey has been changed by Dias. Time is ticking. We are in the last quarter. Lead to feed in the scrum. Wesley managed to lead by a point so far. Lovely work. A good break by the number 8. Setting up nicely. Lead to Dore. Dore runs sides and make a cross kick. St. Anthony's player fumbles once again. High volley has been a real issue. But a breakdown. There goes Omar Kutubuddin. Looks like Captain Kutubuddin have scored the loose ball. He was taking the loose ball on the breakdown. Brilliant try. Brilliant try. Now Wesley bench and the coaching staff and the fans can breathe a little now as Wesley goes past the lead more than 7. Conversion from Samarathunga is good. So it is 21 points to 13. Right, Anthony's now need to change their gears. They should try to kick the restart and contest it. As you can see on your screen, Kutubuddin is down with a head knock, who scored a brilliant try. And one more change comes to St. Anthony's. That's number 7 is on the field. That's DMS Fernando, who replaced Virakon. So another change for Wesley. Once again, a knock on by St. Anthony's. That's number 19, Dylan Hetiarachi, the scrum half. I feel sorry for the Eagles. They played really well in the first half, but this really tactical kicking Troy. This is the third knock-on on the high ball situation for the Eagles. They still have time. They still come back strong. They just need to calm down like they did before. On the other hand, Wesley putting some tremendous pressure. Now everyone on their own feet. Putting some great, showing some great enthusiasm, rather. The scrum looks good. Sends it nicely. There goes number 8. Good hit, good defense. Number 8 wearing the number 14 jersey, as you can see. And that's Ranavira, but off it by St. Anthony's. So once again, Wesley winning a penalty. This should go to the touch, I'm sure. But Samaratunga is really confident even after missing 2 penalties. And he's taking the challenge. It looks like a 42-meter kick with the distance and with the angle. We'll see whether he has some legs. He certainly had the distance, but not the direction. So still Wesley leads by 8 points. That's 21 points to 13. We are underway. 10 to 12 minutes of play remaining here at the CRNFC ground in the plate finals. Wesley fighting hard to defend their title. The kick looks good. Very good deep kick. Dore sends it to Samaratunga. He crosses his running line. Switches his running line. Supports on the ruck. Dore once again a loose pass. There goes the Wesley forwards. Setting up nicely. Lee to Dore. Dore to center. Shamika Kusal hits. Lovely land, lovely supportive run by Wesley Lock. Kalu. He's been named as Kalu. Pereira going for a drop goal. Samaratunga could not take that drop goal into count. I wonder why. They should have kept the possession in play. Keep the momentum because they're playing really good running rugby. It was a quick 22-meter kick has been taken here. Once again, Samartunga, dancing foot comes into play. The kick goes well and bounces in favor of Anthony's good collection. Once again now, Wesley infringing as going sideways onto that ruck situation. Good time to put some distance kick to Sajid Madhwanka. They're still inside their own half on the 40-meter mark. Another two replacement coming to Wesley. Now this time it's a short line out by the Eagles. Wesley, lovely steal by Wesley. It's come offly to Dore. Dore steps, but he gets another thumping tackle. Looks like he's an opposite number marking really well. This time put under pressure with a lovely high kick. It was not taken clearly by the Eagles number 15, the try scorer Dylan. Turnover ball. There goes Wesley. Referee says knocks back. But another knock on. Another scrum, attacking scrum this time for the St. Anthony's. The scrum looks scrappy. Huge pressure put by Wesley, but referee called him back to the re-scrum. Good show by Wesley. Changes are making results now in the scrum. Fresh legs coming to the field. Once again, a race scrum. Etiaraji, this time Nemandilan breaks the number 8. He's a strong lad. Final few minutes. There goes the Anthonians. There goes space. And there goes the winger. He offloads and taken by Priyanka. A lovely inside pass. What a beautiful skill on display. Denuk Amara Singh at the center scored the try as he received the peach of an inside ball from Madhwanka. Now this is brilliant stuff by St. Anthony's. With the conversion to come, if they put the conversion, the margin will be just a pointer. A really testing kick to Sajid Madhwanka, the fullback. It's not a really easy kick, but surely with its distance. He has a stance of a Johnny Wilkinson. Looks good, and it is good. It is interesting minutes. We are going to witness the last few minutes, a thriller without a doubt here at the CNFC grounds. Anthony is coming back strongly. Wesley leads 20 points to 21 points to 20. Not much time left. Five minutes or under. And the kick luckily favors, but the referee playing a knock-on advantage for the Eagles. And here they are. Once again, they have a chance. Once again, it's scrum time. We are wasting time here. Anthony needs to be a bit quicker. Dylan breaks from the number 8 position, but still with the ball. Now here comes a quick ball this time, finally. Another hit by Veerasekara. Still strong, still going strong, but he pops up the ball. Looks like a turnover. Lee goes behind. Lee with the kick. No one at the back. Good piece of play by Lee. And there he goes and he gets the man. Dore comes and puts his man. And that kick to come out of jail, but Samara Tunga the speeds. And still Wesley with the ball. That's a really fancy looking pass. Still with the ball, Wesley. Dore goes with the cross kick. Is that the right decision? No! That kick is not the right decision, especially when you're trailing by 1 point. Well, when you're leading by 1 point. Now, the Wesley decision making gave position away for the Antonians. But somehow that kick comes to Kutubuddin's hand. Wesley, space, good run, good support. Inside ball, lovely play. Lovely play. And that's it, that's a try time. Brilliant try. Brilliant try. Looks like the try scorer. Who played the number 8? Who's wearing the number 14 jersey? That's Ranavira. So time is kicking well under 3 minutes. Wesley leading 26 points to 20 with the conversion to come. At the looks at it, looks like they have defended their title. Unfortunately, that hits the post. Now, chance is still there. St. Anthony's, all they need is a converted try and then game on. So, they need to show some agility. They need to show some, take the start, in fact, really quickly. Almost 2 minutes, maybe just under 2 minutes. Referee's clock says final. No one is contesting to that kickoff, so not a good show by the Antonians. Wesley with the ball. Kicks, but it founds a knock on by the Wesley prop Sabah. Captain Nimondila calls for a scrum. Really played a real knock here throughout the season. Nimondila led the team brilliantly for the Antonians. He's a lovely guy. Right. Can they do something? Trailing by 6. There's no time for 2 penalties. They just need a converted try. It's all about Wesley defense now. Putting some great pressure on that scrum. Great pressure once again by Wesley. St. Anthony's front row had no chance. They're lifting up. Great skill. Terence Henry have put his show, put his experience, and did a massive job with the forwards. And that falls inside. Once again, another chance for the St. Anthony's. There comes the speedster. He breaks. What a lovely break. Support leads. Offload to Veerasekara. Veerasekara passes, but it goes to Wesley hand. But that was a knock on, says Ishad Kader. Probably we are going for the final scrum of the game. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. This is becoming really intense as Kader checks on his clock. Final passage of play here at the CRNFC ground, and it's all about the play decider. Wesley leading 26 points to 20. St. Anthony's led in one stage 13 points to 7, but Wesley come back with 2 back-to-back tries. Dylan breaks, offloads, goes a knock on. No says referee, it's a knocks back. That's not a good play, it's a knock on advantage. Holding on the ball, says referee. Hetiarachi the scrum off. They're thinking whether to tap and run or go to the touch. I don't think there's much time left. Hetiarachi with a quick ball. Offside, looks offside by Wesley 3/4. Scrum off. Hetiarachi tries to bake and squeeze in, but well defense. Referee still playing offside advantage. Referee 3/4. Eagles still with the ball, trying to hit one by one, needs support on the ruck. This time a good defense by Wesley 3/4. Ball going loose. Ball turned over by Wesley, but referee going for the initial penalty. Really testing time for the Wesleyites in terms of their defense. Almost in the last piece of play we are. Hetiarachi sends it to the three quarters. Good defense coming by Dore. That is not the right decision, giving away the possession. That is not the right decision. That cost the game. That really cost the game for St. Anthony's. Why on earth you gave the position? You came back strongly, you kept the momentum, you had the ball in contact, you won penalties, but that's not the decision making. That caused the problem for the St. Anthony's. So Wesley once again quite comfortably defended their title. They are the obvious plate winners last year, and also they are managed to win the plate championship this year and to go for the next segment next year in a strong note. So Wesley winning 26 points to 7. Correction, 26 points to 20. Here at the CRNFC grounds. And don't forget to watch Royal College taking on Isipatana College tomorrow, the big final in the cup segment. Both unbeaten teams, as you know, but unfortunately we are not bringing that match live on the ThePapare.com. But we will be bringing you the St. Joseph's versus Trinity. That is of course the third place battle. St. Joseph, if Trinity wins, they are going for the third place without a doubt. If St. Joseph's win, they have to wait for the science results. And also the other match, Science College St. Peter's at the Bumblebee grounds. That will be another cracker. Of course, Lasin Dishan leading the team really well. And we'll see how St. Peter's are going to play that game. Also bringing the action live, don't forget. Also the wooden spoon game between St. Thomas and Kingswood. Those teams, St. Thomas on the 7th on the table, Kingswood on the bottom. But if Kingswood win, they will finish the league on 7th. That will be a wooden spoon game. And don't forget to watch live on the www.thepapare.com. And also get your TP Rugby updates. Just register, type register space and TP Rugby, send it to 77100 to get registered and get the accurate information on the rugby updates. So I'm Sabir Kader signing off for ThePapare.com, and we'll see you tomorrow with the other 3 cup competition live. And also signing off from the CRNFC grounds, sharing the passion.